Well, Russell, congratulations, a wonderful start to the season, but first things first, news on Nathan Cox.
He's in hospital. He's not in too good a shape at the minute, Dave. There was definitely some concussion there, and obviously some bleeding as well. So he's in the best hands. That's all I can say at the minute. We really don't know any more than that. So, you know, as soon as we know something, we'll give you an update.
It was a wonderful start, a great performance.
Yeah. No, obviously, you just want to. You take any kind of win, to be honest. But you know, to be nice and strong and kind of ruthless in front of goal in that second period, in particular, was pleasing, because I think against 10 men, more often than not, you can take your foot off the accelerator and you know, just try and dog the game out. But we didn't. We kept going forward. We kept creating chances, and you know, to get that scoreline is great.
Dean Cox proved his fitness as well.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we couldn't put him on too early because he hasn't done an awful lot of training. He's only done a couple of training sessions, but he's took his goal fantastically well, both of them. They're top class finishers, and you know, really pleased for him.
Most of the Badgers, fantastic run for David Mooney's goal.
Yeah. Thought the fullback was doing quite well against him, I have to say, second half, and that was probably the one time that Mo got away from him in the second period, and he manages to put in a delightful cross for David.
And Lloyd James proved his worth once again from the corner kicks.
Yeah. I mean, all pre-season, as you know. I mean, some of the delivery's been excellent, and fortunately we got Scotty on the end of one again.
It was Nathan Clark with one of those famous long throws to open the account.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, the conditions played their part today, Dave. It has to be said, you know, with the swirling wind and situations like that, when you've got a weapon like that, it's silly sometimes not to use it, and we did, and it was successful for us, so it was great.
Did you see the challenge from Lima?
No, I didn't, and I've just looked on the DVD before I came to see you, and it's very inconclusive. All I would say is the linesman is right on top of it, and the referee has got a very good view of it.
And you could see immediately from the reaction of the linesman, he was more concerned about Nathan's health, wasn't he, than the actual decision. That's why there was the delay.
I mean, fair play to the St John's and people getting around Nathan as quickly as they did, because I mean, obviously he was in a serious condition, and you know, you don't like to see that. It doesn't matter whether that's a Carlisle player, a Leyton Orient player, or any player. You don't like to see that on a football pitch, and you know, everybody has to pull together and react, and they certainly did, and hopefully Nathan will make a speedy recovery.
I'm sure you're getting fed up with everybody saying about poor starts to the season. You'll be glad to get that one behind you.
Yeah, probably. I think it's my first win in 10 seasons on the opening day, so you know, I've got to take that. I feel for Greg, because Greg's a good friend of mine, and you know, you can't, with all the preparation and preparing you do, you can't legislate for that first half, really. You know, Miller getting sent off, there was I mean, Carlisle had the best opportunity before anybody scored, and you know, and then Nathan getting sent off, which was, you know, we hadn't planned for that, of course. So I mean, you know, that's football, unfortunately, but you know, we got top side of the game today, and that was the most important thing.
Scored 8 against Carlisle last season, 5 already this campaign.
Yeah, I mean, probably Greg's sick of the sight of me at the minute, but I'm sure they'll be fine. It's the first game, and it's going to be, you know, it's just a blip. Things conspired against him today, and you know, maybe they'll conspire against us next week. You don't know. That's football.
I expect the O's will be top of the table, won't they?
Well, I think it's too early to talk about that, Dave. I'm just happy to get our first win under our belts. You know, it's the first step in 1,000 steps, isn't it? And we've taken it. We've taken the first step, so that's great. You know, but there's a lot of hard work to be done still.
Coventry on Tuesday night in the Cup, of course, and they've had so many problems.
Yeah, they have, but it doesn't mean that they haven't got a very capable side, as we saw at the end of last season with Stephen Presley, and I'm sure, you know, it'd be a difficult tie for us.
How difficult would it be for the manager with all those problems off the field, and then news of the points deduction?
Do you know what, Dave? I always think it's the release. I was in there in my early days at Scarborough when it went into administration, and it's almost a release, you know, to get out on the pitch and play your football, because that's what you're paid to do. That's what it's all about. I think that might even, in a strange sort of way, it might even galvanise them. But
the fact they can't play their football in their home city, is that going to be a bigger factor?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably a bigger effect than them coming to Leyton Orient, because obviously they're going to play their share of games away from home anyway, and they'll probably look forward to that rather than maybe even playing at Northampton. I don't know what their mindset is, but you know, hopefully it's not the greatest mindset, and you know, we can take full advantage of it. But I'm sure it will.
Finally, for me, Russell, I know about the injury to Nathan Clark. What about Sean Battle? Any other injuries?
Yeah, he got a little bit of tightening round his knee and his hamstring, so that's why we pulled him off, of course, and Liz as well. We didn't want to risk anything, to be honest, but changes seem to work, didn't they, for the better. It's just one of those days, you know. Coxie comes on and Moons goes into the middle. I think that's the great thing about our little group is we can do it both ways. We can go and play and get between teams, and if we have to be strong and physical, we can do that as well and play to the conditions. And I thought we showed our adaptability really well today.